Hey there. I'm standing in a place where it feels like time has simply skipped a beat, leaving these moss-covered rooftops to slumber peacefully for centuries. Welcome to Hoi An Old Town, a living, breathing museum painted in yellow, where even the moss clinging to the tiles whispers stories of heritage. As the rush of early 2026 unfolds, I invite you to set aside your daily worries and just walk slow with me. We'll get lost together in narrow alleys, listen to the tales of golden walls, and find out what it is about this tiny old town, a place you could cross in just a few strides, that makes the whole world fall so deeply in love. There is a moment in Hoi An that I always look forward to the most. That's when the golden hour light begins to glow, casting its brilliance across the ancient, moss-covered roofs. Right now, the roar of engines suddenly fades to silence, giving way to a pure space for footsteps and smoke-free wheels. The entire old town seems to have been purified, returning to its true form as an ancient trading port, strangely calm and blissfully slow. Have you ever wondered why a small riverside town seems to carry the entire world within it? The answer lies in the ocean waves. Back in the 17th century, ocean-crossing ships from Japan, China, and the West rode the monsoon winds to dock right here, turning Hoi An into a bustling trading port. They brought more than just cargo. They brought their architectural souls, infusing them into every timber and every beam of these houses. After centuries, even as the sea receded, that diverse culture remained, leaning on one another to survive, turning this place into a one-of-a-kind harmony in the heart of heritage. I arrived in Hoi An on a beautiful sunny day. The winter chill is gone, replaced by warm sunlight filtering through the leaves. With this weather, just wear something light and comfortable, and you can wander all day without getting tired. Hoi An is truly a mix of simple things: the deep yellow walls, the mossy old roofs, and lanterns that light up a world of memories. It's just those few things, but under the afternoon sun, they create a look that you won't find anywhere else in the world. In this slow pace of life, Cyclos are the true kings of the road. For about $4, you can take a ride, watching the busy streets while feeling incredibly relaxed. And here's something funny. Since horns are strictly banned in the walking streets, the drivers created a special human-powered horn. Instead of a loud honk, they just shout beep beep to ask people to move aside. It's a sound that's both quirky and endearing, making this ancient space feel so alive and welcoming. If you love these simple, kind moments in Hoi An, don't forget to like and subscribe to join me on the rest of this journey. Among these ancient walls, have you ever wondered, who brought this beauty back to life from the ruins? That was the Polish architect Kazik. With pure passion, he dedicated his life to saving every brick and tile, helping the world see the priceless value of Hoi An. Right here in this small square, the locals built a statue to honor him. Thanks to his hands, Hoi An can proudly stand as a UNESCO World Heritage Site today.
And we're happy to see you again. And when I was a kid, I always try to behave and to have the good mark. And my mom would give me some small money to buy. Actually, before I got it from your mom. Her mom passed away, the grandma passed away. The lady also like 60 years old.
Em nhớ chụp xa xa, ý là chụp lấy giá thì không biết đâu.
Chụp xa.
Em không biết tạo giá, không lấy hết.
Anh diễn cho. Anh chỉ thì em làm theo được. Em không cần.
Do you recognize this image on the 20,000 bill? It's the Bridge Temple. Even though it's called a temple, it's actually a covered bridge with a small shrine inside for a guardian god. This unique mix of bridge and temple is why it's known as the Bridge Temple. It's a masterpiece with a strong Japanese touch. Now, let's head inside and explore. Walking inside, you'll see two special guardians at each end of the bridge. On one side is the monkey god, and on the other, the dog god. And here's the most interesting part, one that not everyone knows. The presence of these two animals is no coincidence. This was how the builders marked the time. Construction began in the year of the monkey and was officially finished in the year of the dog. It's such a subtle and spiritual way to record history. Truly creative, don't you think? Oh my God, looking down at the town from here, you can really see how beautiful it is. Look, even though it's called a temple, there are no Buddha statues here. This small shrine is dedicated to the god of water. People in ancient Hoi An placed their faith here, praying for peaceful weather and a stable life. Every timber here is weathered by time. You can truly feel hundreds of years of history in every grain. So fascinating.
Probably the same as the other.
You know, getting these peaceful shots is pure luck. On average, Hoi An welcomes 2,000 to 5,000 visitors a day, and that can skyrocket to 10,000 on weekends or holidays. Hoi An is a classic example of over-tourism. There are times when these narrow streets are so packed, even walking becomes a struggle. That's why I'm so grateful to be here right now, when it's not too crowded. I can finally slow down, really listen, and touch the soul of the town instead of just seeing a sea of people.
Nó còn nã bột nước. Đây em đang chơi chơi cũng không.
Jalenski achter.
Follow me in here. These tiny alleys are truly the hidden gems of Hoi An. But let me ask you, have you ever wondered why almost every house here is painted this vibrant yellow? It's not by chance. Ancient people believed yellow symbolized royalty, luck, and prosperity. But practically speaking, this yellow is actually quite clever. It absorbs less heat, keeping these old houses cool under the harsh central sun. And most importantly, this yellow creates a perfect backdrop, giving every frame a unique, nostalgic feel you won't find anywhere else. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, because right after this alley, I'm taking you to a hidden spot you probably won't find on any tourist map.
자, 우회전하셔야 돼요. 우회전하셔야 돼요.
Do you want a massage?
So,
Aha! Stepping out of the small alley, it's a whole different world. Can you guess where we are? This is the Hoai River, the very soul of Hoi An. Look at this. On one side, the bustling streets. On the other, the emerald water, strangely peaceful. Standing here, catching the river breeze and watching the little boats carrying the wishes of travelers, it's just so relaxing. At night, this place glows with thousands of floating lanterns. But during the day, seeing the locals calmly rowing their boats, that's the true spirit of Hoi An life. Don't go anywhere. Right now, we're going to walk right by the water to feel a very different Hoi An from the riverbank. Let's go! Hold on a second. You'll find a true artist right here on the sidewalk. With just a few simple coconut leaves and quick, skillful hands, little grasshoppers and roses suddenly come to life. No sketches, no blueprints. Everything takes shape from years of mastered craft. It's just a simple touch, but it makes our walk so much more interesting and memorable.
Ở phía dưới không đẹp đâu.
This spot is a total paradise for photography lovers. As you can see, just stand right here and you've got a perfect Hoi An souvenir photo. Even with people strolling around to catch the breeze, the vibe remains light and incredibly pleasant. And if your feet get a bit tired, you can drop by these little shops along the river. What's cool is that they're all tucked away inside ancient houses, perfect for grabbing a drink or a snack while soaking in the view of the cool green river. It's a perfect mix of old world charm and modern life. Do you notice something special about these boats? Take a look at the bow. Each one has a pair of very lifelike eyes. Hoi An used to be a bustling trading port, and these were originally fishing boats. In local belief, these eyes aren't just for decoration. They are the soul that guides the way. People believed that with eyes, the boat could see its path, avoiding hidden rocks or sea monsters to bring fishermen home safely. Today, those fishing boats have put on new clothes, adorned with bright lanterns for tourism. And right here, when night falls, this river turns into a sparkling galaxy with thousands of floating lanterns carrying wishes, drifting slowly on the water.
Thái.
Bà phát cái video cho bạn.
When you come to Hoi An, remember, we are visiting a World Heritage, not just a tourist spot. The biggest difference here is that Hoi An is a living monument. The soul of this town doesn't just lie in the mossy roofs, but in the people living within its heart. They are the ones keeping the past alive, making ancient values shine in everyday life. It's that authentic rhythm that draws us in, making us truly love and cherish this land.
Thiện là nãy con chị Thiện con biết. Đây nè, cao nè. Sao thầy bánh ơi hả? Đâu bên này không phải. Đấy là chua bả trái nhé, bả trái phải.
Đó là bả trái đó, còn phải xuống chợ đâu.
Phải là chua. Nó là đi qua đây.
A walk through Hoi An isn't complete without visiting the souvenir shops. From tiny keychains and conical hats to handmade bags, everything has its own unique charm. If you have time, you should definitely try the local tailoring. Skilled tailors will create a custom outfit for you, a personal touch right in the heart of the ancient town. Every souvenir and piece of fabric here carries the skill and hard work of the local people. Just looking at these items will bring all your memories of this place rushing back. It's not dark yet, but look! The night market stalls are already filling up the streets. This is a true paradise for anyone who loves cute souvenirs, from brocade bags to all sorts of unique accessories. A quick tip: you can try a bit of friendly haggling. It's like the spice of the trip. But remember to keep it light and fair, because every item here represents the hard work of the locals. Now, a quick question for you. If you could only pick one souvenir to bring home from Hoi An, what would it be? Let me know in the comments below. Look, I've just stumbled into the headquarters of the Hoi An Cyclo Union. A long row of them is lined up looking super professional and tidy. Have you ever thought about swapping roles for a bit? Like, the tourist pedals while the driver sits back and enjoys the tour. It would definitely be a crash course in one of the oldest and most popular jobs here. Just kidding though, don't actually try it. Pedaling this thing is exhausting and you need pro-level skills to weave through these crowded streets without a scratch. So, I'll stick to the safest way. Just sit back, relax, and let the wheels carry me through time. If you want to know what Hoi An eats and how it lives, just head straight to the market. This is the stomach of the entire town. Step inside and you'll be lost among endless food stalls, from mi quang and Cao Lau to all kinds of sweet soups. But the best part isn't just eating. It's the spice and dried goods stalls tucked away in the corners. You can totally hunt for unique local items that fancy souvenir shops outside would never have. Delicious, cheap, and truly local. Just a walk through the market and you've already seen a miniature world of culinary culture. You haven't truly been to Hoi An until you've tried Cao Lau. These dark golden noodles are chewy and firm, served with savory pork slices and a rich, flavorful sauce. I see many Western travelers standing there, hesitating because they're not sure how to use chopsticks. But don't worry, the shops here always have forks and spoons ready for everyone. All you have to do is sit down, order a bowl, and enjoy. No barrier can stop the charm of this legendary dish.
Ja. Ja, voll eklig. Einfach tote Tierhaut. Rolling on the floor laughing. Ja. Das ist ja ein bisschen verfreundet. Mir wird es gucken.
Look, the main street is starting to get packed. Instead of squeezing through the crowd, I've got a much better idea. Let's get lost in the tiny alleys. Don't go anywhere, keep following me. Because I'm sure the true soul of Hoi An isn't just in those flashy shops out there, but hidden right inside these narrow paths. Who knows? Around the next corner, there might be a super cool, nameless cafe or a mossy wall hundreds of years old that no one's found yet. Let's see what surprises are waiting at the end of this alley. Let's go! Hoi An, with its quiet little alleys, offers a rustic and deep beauty, a world away from the hustle and bustle of the main streets. The houses here still hold their ancient soul, untouched by excessive commercialization. This peaceful and gentle space is exactly what makes travelers fall in love and want to explore even more. The contrast between the noisy streets and the silence of these alleys creates a unique charm, making Hoi An the perfect destination for anyone looking for an authentic travel experience.
Con mua bài được ở ngon giờ bệnh dĩa lấy này chỉ nhỏ
Mà ngon ngon
không ngon mà bài chỉ là
rồi bây giờ rồi giờ thì đó ngon. Ja, nou, wat later is
If they say also no, you leave. And they come up to feeling exhausted already.
đi mua thuốc mèo không hút á. Cái này đâu có thể chế mà.
Stepping out of the quiet alley, I'm right back into the bustling rhythm of the main street. Hoi An is magical like that. Just a few steps apart and it feels like two completely different worlds. One side holds the rustic houses and the silent soul of the past. The other side is vibrant and full of life as a World Heritage site. Standing here, hearing a mix of languages and music, I can't help but feel so proud of Hoi An's colorful beauty. But our journey doesn't stop here. Don't go anywhere. Keep following me to see what other surprises are waiting just ahead. Look, this alley is even narrower than the last one. People here have to leave their bikes outside, and the path is just wide enough for one person. And look, I'm not the only one who loves getting lost. Turns out plenty of other travelers are quietly exploring these corners too. If you want unique, authentic Hoi An photos, these alleys are definitely the place to be. Every mossy wall and old wooden door here can be a stunning backdrop for anyone who loves rustic beauty. I'm wondering, is there an even narrower alley in Hoi An? Maybe one so tight you have to walk sideways just to get through.
We want sometime they. Okay, you might be it. And
Dạ xí chứ thử là xong rồi.
okay.
Yet another alley, but this time, moss completely covers the signature yellow walls, looking just like an old oil painting. One thing that really strikes me is that even deep in these small lanes, every corner is incredibly clean and tidy. And if you're someone who constantly gets lost, don't worry. Just dive in, because no matter how winding these Hoi An alleys get, they'll eventually lead you back to a main street. You won't get lost. You'll only get lost in this peaceful beauty and never want to leave.
Ông ơi, đúng là khi đi làm 1 giờ là tẹt. Quá là nằm ở đâu.
If you're still here watching until these final moments, I believe you're more than just a viewer. You've truly become a part of this journey exploring Hoi An Old Town with me. Thank you so much for sticking with me throughout this entire trip. It's been a real joy, and I truly appreciate that we could discover and feel the beauty of Hoi An together through every frame. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support the channel. I'll see you on our next journeys, where we'll continue writing new stories together.